Oh boy. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, the game you've probably never played but know exactly what happens. Alright, let me get this out of the way first. This game is nowhere near bad, but it's also nowhere near creative. Of course, the soundtrack is peppy and full of Nintendo charm, the visuals are great, and the levels are challenging enough, but the problem is we've seen this game like 4 times already. This game follows in the long line of the new Super Mario Bros. Series, a series that when first introduced in 2006 was a huge announcement, as Nintendo finally brought back a classic 2D Mario Bros. Game. And has there been any big changes in those 14 years? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Yeah, the repetition and lack of new ideas causes this game to draw a lot of criticism from the fans, and justifiably so. But let's not make our decisions too quickly here. Let's actually talk about this game and come to our conclusion at the end of the video. It'll probably get like a 7 out of 10. So without further ado, this is my thoughts on New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. And as always, there will be spoilers ahead. In New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, the game not only dares you to say its name 5 times fast, but it also dares you to take on this new plot that has never been seen in the Mario franchise before. Bowser kidnapping Peach. Wait, what? Yes, Nintendo does love to follow the old if it ain't broke, don't fix it motto with these games, and even though we've seen this same plot since the 80s, I'm okay with it. See, Mario games aren't really about the plot most of the time, because everyone knows Peach at some point is going to be kidnapped, you're going to have to fight Bowser, water is wet, whatever. Nintendo seems to focus more on how fun and interesting can we make this journey to the end. And so, they cranked out 4 more games with the same plot, same soundtrack, same visuals, and same layout of worlds to explore. Bingo! And so, after seeing this thing happen, you're flung into Acorn Plains, where it's up to you to go about the usual Mario Bros. Journey. Complete levels, collect star coins if you feel like it, beat the 2 castles in the world, wash, rinse, repeat. And I swear to God, if the next level is a desert theme level like in every other Mario game, f me. Okay, yes, the worlds are in pretty much the same layout as the other Mario Brothers games, but it's almost to be expected at this point. I will say though, you do have a lot of freedom as to which pathway you choose, so you can end up skipping certain worlds entirely, which is a nice change from the older games. The differences in the world designs are really well executed too. The jungle-themed world feels completely different than the ice world or the tropical world, and each world slightly changes the music to go with its own theme, which is a really nice detail. There are 9 worlds in total. 8 of them are part of the main story, and the last one is a bonus world that progressively unlocks after collecting each star coin in the original 8. The extra levels in World 9 are actually pretty challenging, so it's a nice reward if you chose to go after each star coin. There are also these points where you have mini boss fights blocking your path that reward you with items for beating them, which is okay, I guess. I try to avoid these things a lot of the time because they seem like distractions to make the game last a little bit longer rather than an actual feature of the game. And you can't forget the Toad Houses. They give you various power-ups and one-ups for visiting them. See, that's a nice bonus that's been around for a long time and actually has value to me, unlike this f***ing barrage of penguins. So yeah, this is a pretty standard Mario Bros. Game, but to me, where this game gets its charm and value from is the visuals, the music, and the bonus content. The visuals in this game, like the other 4, are very bright and colorful, and the Switch does a great job of producing the array of colors you see in both handheld and docked mode. Plus, this game is very sufficient in that Nintendo polish everybody loves. Like the little dance the enemies do when the music pauses for a second is just... Or events like confetti popping after completing a stage are absolute eye candy moments. Blue skies are wonderfully blue, lava looks menacingly hot, and the way the fireballs glow in the dark like you'd expect them to is just lovely. Also, I don't know who's in charge of the water animation in Nintendo games, but that water is f***ing gorgeous. The music is also what you'd expect from a Mario Bros. Game. There's nothing wrong with it, but the themes here are almost identical to the other entries in the series. Again, this draws a lot of criticism. Nintendo didn't really change up the themes in this series throughout its lifespan. All of the older Mario Bros. Games have very unique styles of music, but also don't stray too far from the Mario sound, which is why I think people give these games so much flack. Like, why couldn't they do that here? Why do all of the soundtracks sound the exact same? It's more than possible to make different themes that still fit the bill, but for some reason, I just can't help but be okay with it, and I actually enjoy the music. I think it has to do with my exposure to the series. I personally skipped out on the Wii U, so I had the DS, Wii, and 3DS entries for this series. But even still, the 3DS game released in 2012, so it's been 8 years and an entire console generation since I've even seen these games. So I don't find this music annoying or bland, and I think it's perfectly usable. The game itself doesn't take a long time to beat, and it can easily be finished in 2 or 3 sittings. In fact, I found that once I got to the last world, I was kinda shocked I had already made it. But that's the whole idea behind these 2D Mario games. They aren't meant to be like Mario Odyssey, where it's a seemingly endless journey to 100% a game. These games are meant to be fun, family-friendly experiences that can be taken on 2 or 3 levels at a time. And as far as that goes, this game hits it out of the park. But we can't forget that this is the deluxe version of this game. So, what bonus content do we get? Well, Toadette joins the party as a new playable character, along with a new power-up, the Super Crown, which somehow turns her into Peach? And the deluxe version comes with new Super Luigi U, which is a much more difficult version of Super Mario Bros. U. It's got harder enemies to kill, a 100-second time limit for each level, and no Mario in sight. Yeah, that's right, Mario got f***ing cancelled. Oh, also Luigi jumps higher but is more prone to slipping, so that's a thing. So, is new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe worth it? I think so. If you're like me and you haven't played this kind of a game in a while, go for it. You're not going to be disappointed. Or if you've somehow never played this series, you're going to love it, and this version is definitely the best bang for your buck. I do want to raise one point in defense of Nintendo. These games can get a lot of hate, like I said. But I think Nintendo's main goal with remaking and re-releasing this constantly was to make sure that no matter what system you're playing on, you're always going to have the opportunity to play a timeless, fan-favorite game like this. Or if you're like me and you're returning to the Nintendo lineup of systems, you get a chance to see what they've been up to lately. I think that's why we also saw Mario Kart 8 get a Switch port. The Wii U caused Nintendo to lose a lot of fans, and the Switch brought a lot of them back and plenty of newcomers. So this is Nintendo's way of showing us what we missed out on with the Wii U and introduce those newcomers to the series. And to that I say, kudos to you, Nintendo. But seriously, you couldn't make one f***ing change from a 14-year-old series? So, with all of these factors in mind, I give new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe a solid 7 out of 10. -2 for the repetition of old games and -1 for that long-ass title. It really is a great game, especially if you haven't been here before. But if you have, this is the same old song and dance as the last 14 years, and it's probably not going to be anything groundbreaking for you. But hey, it'll still be fun. Who doesn't love a classic 2D Mario game? Thank you so much for watching and listening to my thoughts on new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.